Good morning, children. Today we are going to read about the story. The title of the story is The Happy Prince. Last week I gave you the summarization of the story. Today we are going to read in detail. Before starting the story, let me ask you one question. Does helping others makes you happy? Or have you ever helped anyone? Or is there anyone who helped you when you were in trouble? Yes, most of us, no, we love to help others, and the time when we are in need, if somebody help us, we feel very blessed. No, so this is the story about the happy prince and the bird swallow. Today we are going to read in detail. So let's start. The statue of the happy prince stood high above the city. It was covered with gold. Its eyes were of sapphire, and a ruby hung from its waist. Now, this is the story that there was a prince. The prince is not anymore alive. The prince was dead, and his statue was there, which was made with gold, and and in place of the eyes, the sapphire was stuck there. Along with that, the rubies were hung all over the waist, and the statue was placed high above the city. One day, what happened? A swallow bird migrating to the distant land from the winter stopped at the foot of the statue to rest. And as he put his head under his wings, a large drop of water fell on him. He looked up and saw the eyes of the happy prince filled with tears. Now, this is something the very surprising, that there was a bird, a migrating bird, which migrated to this particular city, and in order to take rest, the bird landed itself on the foot of the statue of the prince. And the time when the bird was resting there, the water droplet fall on the wings of the bird, and the bird at once looked up, and the time the bird looked up, she found that there was a tears in the eyes of the happy prince, and she made the question to the statue, "Who are you?" And the prince gave the answer, "I am the happy prince." And then the bird replied, "Then why are you crying? You are saying that you are a happy prince, then why are you crying?" And then the prince replied, "When I was alive, I lived in a palace where there was no sadness. I played and danced with my friends in the garden. There was a high wall, and I did not know what lay on the other side. I was called the happy prince. Now I am dead, and they have put me up here. I can see all the unhappiness around me now." Now the prince said that there was a time when he was alive, and he lived in a beautiful palace where he was being given all comfort. He was living in a ease and a luxurious life there. But he one day what happened, and the time when he was living there, he was asked to play with his friends in the garden of the palace itself, and the prince revealed that there was a high wall all around the palace, so he was unable to see what is there on the other side of the wall. So because he was living a blissful life, he felt that he is the happy person, and that is why he was being called as a happy prince. But then he said that now I am dead, and my statue is placed outside the palace now, and here I can see the things all around me, and what I am finding that most of the people are unhappy. And then, "Far away," said the prince, "I can see a woman. Her face is thin, hand rough and red. Her little boy is very ill. Will you take my red ruby to her?" And then the prince requested the small little swallow bird that, "You see, that I can see far away there is a woman who is very lean and thin, and her hands was totally rough and red because she was going on working throughout the day, and the woman is having a boy. The boy was not at all keeping good health. He was ill." And then he requested the bird that, "Please go and help this woman." And how to help the woman? He said that, "You please take the red rubies which was hung on the waist of the prince." So he gave the ruby to the bird, and he said that you please take it and give it to the woman. The swallow took the red ruby, put it on the table, and flew back to the prince. So the bird took the ruby from the waist of the statue. She went to the house of the old lady. She kept the rubies on the table, and then she came back to the prince. It's strange, the swallow said. It is very cold, but I feel quite warm. And then the bird had a feeling, and the bird said that I'm feeling something very strange. I don't know why. She said that it is a winter season, but still I am feeling quite warm. And then the prince replied, that is because you have done a good thing. He said that as you have helped somebody, so this is the feeling which is coming from your from your inner conscience, making you feeling happy, and that is why you are feeling warm. Then again, across the city, I can see a writer who is very cold, weak, and hungry. Give him one of my eye, said the prince. He can sell it and buy wood and food. And then once again the prince looked here and there, and finally he once again found that there was a writer who was very weak and was hungry. And then he requested once again to the bird that you please take one of the sapphire of my eyes. And he said that you go give that to the man, so that the man can easily able to sell that sapphire, and with that he can able to get the food for himself. The swallow bird took the prince's eyes, flew to the young man, and left the jewel on the floor. And the bird followed what the statue of the prince was instructing to do. And finally the bird once again came back to the statue. Then the statue once again, the little prince found something there. And what he found this time? A little girl is standing there in the square below. She has no money. And then he requested once again to the bird that take out my other eye and give it to her, said the prince. This time the prince said that I am seeing a small little girl, and the girl is having no money with her. And then he requested that you go and give the another eye of mine, which was of sapphire. And he requested that you go and give that sapphire to the girl, so that the girl can easily able to make money and can satisfy her needs. I cannot take out your other eye. You will not be able to see, said the bird. And then as soon as she got the instruction, the bird refused to take the other eye, and she said that if I will be going to take the eye from the statue, then how you will see the miseries around you. Then the prince replied, do as I say. He said that whatever I am saying, you please follow it and do it. Then the bird took out the prince's eyes, flew to the bird, and put the jewel on her hand. And this time as the bird was instructed, the bird took the another eye, which was of sapphire. She took it, and then it gave it to the little girl. The prince now depended on the swallow to describe whatever he saw. And then what happened? All of a sudden, as both the eyes were being donated, now he was totally dependent on the bird. He cannot able to see what is happening all around the city. So he was going on asking the bird to give the descriptions of the happenings. So whenever the prince heard of some suffering, he asked the swallow to take off one piece of gold from his body and give it away. And the time when the bird describes about the unhappening things, the prince requested the bird once again to take away the gold which is stuck in the statue. And finally the bird started following the instructions. Winter set in, but the swallow stayed back. It grew colder and colder. Nevertheless, the swallow did not leave. One day, gathering up his last bit of strength, the bird flew up, said goodbye to the prince, and fell dead at his feet. And now something goes wrong, as the winter was there and it become more and more colder, so the bird was unable to bear that. But still she don't want to return back to the place from where she came, and she was going on helping the prince. But one day what happened, she lost her strength and she gave up, and finally she died. And the time when she fell on the feet of the prince was very sad now, because he found that there is no one who can describe about the unhappening around the city. In the meantime, the people noticed the statue bear all the jewels and pulled it down and threw it along with the dead swallow. However, those who had received help had loved and gratitude in their heart for the happy prince and the swallow. But what happened, as the statue become a bare statue with no rubies, no sapphire, no gold? So when the people saw that it is a bare statue which is unnecessarily placed in the square area with a high heighted above the city, finally they decided that let us pull down the statue. And what they did, the people, they pulled the statue down, and the people who was helped by the prince were feeling very happy, they loved the prince, and they expressed their gratitude towards the prince and the bird. But the others who were not being helped by the prince were not at all considered about the statue of the prince. So in the last concluding line, real happiness is found in making others happy. Nothing is more precious than a heart that cares for others. Now this is what the Oscar Wilde, the author, is revealing about, or giving us a moral lesson, that the real happiness lies not in making money, but the real happiness lies when we make others feel happy. And happiness is only the precious gems which we can have when we take care of others, when we make people feel happy. Okay, so this is all about the story. Now I am going to give you the question answers in my PDF. So please write it down in your copy.